Let's talk about the flag. My husband advised against me making this video, but I think that we can have this conversation in a sensitive and mature way. Don't prove me wrong. We live in a country where it is currently legal to burn, step on, deface the American flag. And although I would never consider doing something like that, I think that it should stay legal. I'm proud to live in a country where people are free enough to do something like that and not be afraid of legal repercussions. I had one of my students accidentally drop my flag once, and I remember my heart went up in my throat, but it was an accident, I didn't chew him out for it. I just told him to be more careful. So disrespecting the flag is not something that I would do, but I believe that it's important that we're free enough to do radical things like that as long as they're not hurting anybody. And inevitably, if we're going to talk about the flag, we're going to talk about Kaepernick in part 2. Part 2 of discussing the flag and Kaepernick. When people are protesting things and they break out into riots, or even when they don't and people are inconveniencing other people by blocking roadways and things like that, I get a lot of people on the internet saying things like, oh, protesting is fine as long as you don't hurt anybody or you don't do it in a way that inconveniences anyone. But then I still see a lot of people having a conniption over Kaepernick taking a knee. Kaepernick taking a knee is peaceful, and it's not inconveniencing anybody. So people argue that it's disrespectful. But he's not sitting there, and he's not flipping people off while he's doing it. He's taking a knee, which has long been seen as an act of respect. And he's specifically said he's doing it to bring awareness to police brutality against people of color. So he's been vocal about it not being a sign of disrespecting the country or the flag. So it's my own personal belief that people that complain about things like that, they don't care that it's peaceful. They care that it's visible. More in part 3. Part 3 of respecting the flag. It's hard for me to believe that our people are really upset because they think what Kaepernick is doing is disrespectful to the flag. It seems to me like he's taken a lot of measures to make sure that people still see that he's being respectful. They care that he's a public figure and that it's all over TV. They care that it's visible. And maybe that upsets them because that's not something that they want to think about. And to that I say, too bad. Protesting is meant to bring visibility and awareness to issues just like that. So I would never intentionally disrespect a flag, but I also don't force students to say the pledge if they don't want to. It's against the law to do so. And to those that try and bring veterans into it, I think a much bigger sign that you support veterans would be voting for things that help veterans after they've been in combat or after they get out of the military. Kaepernick taking a knee is not hurting the veterans. How we treat veterans after the fact is what's hurting them. But that's just my opinion.